Hi, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to fit an aftermarket ULA module for a C5 pod and do the required modifications to the control box. So this particular pod has got a ULA fault and we get a no battery load indicator. It's just sitting on the top level and not moving at all. So the actual modules themselves, you can find all the information on. There's a website from the original creator, so this isn't something I've created, but I've reproduced them from his designs. So what you need is a 47k resistor, which comes with it, and the module itself. And this is the idea of this is it plugs straight in where the original ULA goes, and it will function exactly the same as the original chip, as you can't get the original chips anymore. So it's based on an Arduino Omega processor, which is programmed with some custom software to do the job. Okay, so the first thing to do is we'll do the pod. Okay, so this part's fairly simple. We need to remove the old faulty ULA by just carefully prying it out each end with a screwdriver. And then we can literally just plug in the new module in its place. Like so. And that's it with the pod. Okay, so moving on to the control box. Okay, so there's three small modifications we need to make in order for the ULA to work. The first one is it doesn't need pin 8 on the ribbon cable. So the easiest way I do it is I remove the pin from the board. That way it can't be connected. That you could cut the wire on the pod cable, but I prefer to keep that intact, so I just remove that pin. We also need to remove R5, this resistor here. And then we need to solder a 47k resistor across the back of the op amp. So we'll start by removing the bits we don't need. So we'll start with pin 8. So we've got 1, 2 is not used, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's this one here. Just take the solder off, and then we're also taking out resistor 5, which is this one here. So just use a pair of pliers. You should be able to just pull pin 8 out. That's that one done. And R5's been desoldered, so we should be able to just pop that out as well. So the last thing we need to do is solder onto the back of the op amp the 47k resistor. Just put some solder on the resistor ready. And this needs to go between pin 7 and pin 3. So pin 7 is this one. Just need to be careful because I had to do some earlier track repairs on this board. And it goes to that pin there, pin 3. Just check there's no shorts or anything. But that's it. So now we'll power it up and see if it's cured our ULA fault. So I've got my test plugs to replace the thermistor and the thermal cutout. Then we can plug in our cables. Obviously remove pin 8, so pin 8 will no longer be connected. And we'll connect to our pod, which has the ULA in it. And then finally we'll connect up our 12 volts. So the difference with this one, the only difference you'll notice from the original ULA is there's a couple of things it does. One is it has a boot sequence, so the LEDs flash as it's booting. And the battery drain indicator now works accurately. So on the original one, it takes a reading and then steps down every 20 seconds. And the only way to get it to go back to the top is actually to power off and power on again, and then it takes a new reading. So on the modified ULA, it just takes a live reading every couple of seconds, so it will constantly give you an accurate battery level reading. So let's just power this on and see what happens. So that's the boot sequence, and then we can see all the lights have come on. So the red one is no longer on, and somewhere where the relay switch. Okay, we're not seeing a load light, so that may be because I haven't got a motor connected. So I'm just going to stop this video and wire up a motor, and then we'll try again. Okay, so I've wired it up to a motor. We've got a car battery now, so hopefully we'll see this load indicator now move, which it does. Okay, simple as that.